Hey guys, Gary Studer here. Welcome to my channel, Just Talk. I know what you're thinking. However, this is not a Ubiquiti info commercial. Even though the majority of the product here on this table is from Ubiquiti, and I am kind of wearing some of their merch. This beautiful blue with white lettering shirt from Ubiquiti. However, I can tell you this, I am not being paid by Ubiquiti, nor am I being paid by any of the other manufacturers on this table. So why am I here? Well, this is the equipment that I'm going to be using to install my very first home network. Yes, my first home network. Can you believe it? My wife and I just moved in. We had this house built. I was able to run some Cat 6 cable to power up some of these power over Ethernet devices. And I would like to share the installation with you guys. So what do we have here? Well, of course, we got the UDM Pro. Can't do anything without that. We have the USW Flex Mini. We have the USW Flex. Of course, we got some easy RJ45 Cat 6 connectors. We have the UNVR. We got some power, smart power cables. We have two of the Nano HD access points. And I'm trying to get the 6 Lite AP. However, that thing is like Bigfoot. It's like you rarely see this thing, right? So I got on their email list to get an email when this thing is not sold out. But apparently every time I get the email and I go to order it, it's sold out again. So to me, that thing is a Bigfoot. But I know I'll get it soon. Next, we have the RPS, redundant power supply, that we're going to be using. And we have a 24-port PoE Pro that we're going to be connecting a lot of this cameras to and the access points. We have 3 of the G4 Pros. I have the G4 Doorbell and the the G3 Flex. Yup. And a couple of other things. We got some SFP Plus connectors. We have the Monoprice RJ45 Keystone couplers. This is like a punch down you use the couplers for. I got the, the Pile 1 rack, 1U rack mount power supply for the equipment. And I was looking on the internet for some fans and I came across Cloud Plate. Not sure if you guys have heard of it. If you have, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about them. I got the exhaust and the intake. We're going to try those. And then I got a 15U nav point rack, which is on the floor, and I'm not going to pick it up for y'all because that thing is heavy, that we're going to be mounting all this equipment in. So on that, what I'd like to do is go on over to the computer and show you guys a diagram of my setup and how the equipment's going to fit into the rack. So on that note, let's head on over.
Alrighty then, I'm back at the computer and let's go ahead and dive into this network diagram that I've created for my very first home network. Anyhow, what we have here is an application called Draw.io. I'm using the web-based version and it's free and it allows me to create these cool looking diagrams and save it locally or to the cloud. I'm saving it locally. So how my network's going to be set up? Well, first of all, I had to create my networks. 6 of them, as you see here. I have a management network, a family network, IoT, Internet of Things, office, cameras, and guests. I want to keep all of these separate from each other because I know some of you out there are some good hackers. And yeah, I don't need you snooping around in my stuff. Just kidding. So what I did is I wanted to get a visual of my rack. So I created this rack here. It's a 15U and named it Nav Point 15U wall mount. And this is how I want to put the equipment in the rack. So what do we have here? We have a cloud plate T1 exhaust. That's this guy right here. We have the Pile PDBC70, which is the power supply that's going to power up all these machines. There's 9 slots for those. We have the Monoprice PID 7260 right here, which is a patch panel that you connect the keystones to, RJ45 keystones to. I have the UDM Pro machine here, which is going to be running most of this, or controlling most of this stuff, or all of it actually. We have the aggregation switch, which is right below that. Then we have the Unify Switch Pro 24 PoE. Right below that, we have another Monoprice PID 7260, which will be connecting up to the PoE switch. We have the NVR, the RPS, and then the Cloud Plate T1N intake. Now, I heard some good reviews on these fans. I'm not sure how quiet they are because this rack is actually going in a closet. So hopefully it keeps everything cool and quiet because it's in my office, my wife and I's office. Very interesting, right? So hopefully it's quiet. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out where to relocate it, which in itself will be a task. So how's everything connected? Well, first of all, you need an internet connection, right? And my wife and I just had this house built, and I am elated to tell you that they ran fiber from the street to the house. And I currently have 940 megabits per second upload and download. Yes, sir, buddy. Pretty fast, right? Right. So how am I going to set everything up? Well, you have the UDM Pro. And what I decided to do is take all my wall jacks, which I believe there are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. And connect all those to the 7 ports on the UDM Pro. From there, I am going to connect to the aggregation switch, which will then be aggregated down to the 24 PoE Pro switch, and also a connection over to the NVR. So from there, I'm going to connect one of the smaller switches to an outlet on the wall, which will be running some of my my camera in the garage. Sorry about that. This guy, the G3 Flex, I actually was able, the builder allowed me to run some Cat6 cable prior to them walling up, putting in the wall board. So what I did is I went and I ran a bunch of Cat6 cable. So this was one of them. It's in the garage, and I'm gonna go ahead and run this Flex 3 in there just in case I want to run some more stuff off of it that's PoE. That's going to be in the garage, okay, the G3 Flex. Next, off of the PoE Pro is going to be all of my G4 Pro cameras, which will be situated throughout and around the house. I'm not telling you where though. And also I'm going to be connecting the access points to that particular switch also. Now again, I have two. I have the Nano HDs, and I'm waiting for Ubiquiti to come out with the U6 Lite, which is currently sold out. And I told you in the earlier on in the video that that thing is like Bigfoot, because it's rarely sighted. And when it is, if you blink your eyes, it's gone. Just like this access point. You blink, it's sold out. So hopefully someday soon I'll be able to order that. So let's go back up here. This is the owner suite. I call it the owner suite. That's where, you know, my wife and I sleep. And what I have connected in here is an Apple TV, which is connected to the Insignia TV. And I wanted to connect these to, or hardwire these, because they constantly get updates, which is a good thing. I have no problem with that. Plug at them holes as soon and as quick as possible. But also, it does it a lot faster than wireless. Down here in the living room, I have the Flex Mini, which is also connected to one of the wall outlets. And I'm running an Apple 4K on an LG OLED TV. And let me tell you, that TV right there is nice. Now again, I'm not getting paid by any of these companies. It's my opinion, and I'm just telling you my thoughts. Anywho, moving on, we have the RPS, which is connected to each one of these devices, supplying power if they were to go out, or if power went out. This little guy right here will continue to allow them to run until I can get to them and turn them off. Last but not least, we have the little G4 doorbell, which is going to be connected wirelessly, and it's getting its power from low voltage, which when I go to install this, I will need to turn off the breaker that supplies the power to this. And I spent about a day relabeling my circuit breaker box, because I wanted to put labels on them so I could understand them. I'm not good at understanding electrical engineer handwriting. It's almost as worse as doctor handwriting, if you know what I mean. So I think that's about it with the network. So if you guys enjoyed this little video here, my first home network video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the little bell, the like button, the light bell, whatever you want to call it. The next video I'm going to be doing is actually building the rack that all this equipment's going to be going into. So if you want to be notified when that video comes out, hit the subscribe button, and it'll let you know when I release that video. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you can just leave your comments down below. You know, this is my first time. You can critique me, you can give me some pointers on maybe this is the way you should set something up, or maybe this is the way you should set something up. I'm a big guy, I can take the criticism. But anyhow, leave them down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good night.